Well, g'day curd nerds. G'day curd nerds. Well, g'day curd nerds. Well, g'day curd nerds. Well, g'day curd nerds. Well, g'day curd nerds. Welcome back, curd nerds. It's me, Gavin Weber. I'm the host of the show, and hopefully today we'll be answering some of your questions in Ask the Cheeseman episode 373. So, lovely to have you all here. It's a pleasure as always. Let me just get rid of that so I don't keep looking at it. So many people in the chat, which is lovely. Great to see so many people, and people that I haven't seen for so long. So it's great to see curd nerds coming back around to the stream after a few years of absence. So it's really lovely. Okay, what have we got on? Big thank you, of course, to all of the YouTube members and patrons. Colin Parker is the latest YouTube member. In fact, I saw Carolyn Millard in the chat there has just joined fresh the fresh level. So thank you to Carolyn as well. I don't know if she's in the chat, but say g'day if you are. And thanks to all those others who are there on the screen. And of course, all of the Patreons, which is the alternative method of financially supporting the show. Latest Patreon is Mari. Thank you, Mari. And everybody else there who have been supporting the show for so long. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. What else we got? Videos coming up. I've got some goat's milk. I found some of that. I should be wearing my other t-shirt though, I suppose. And I'm going to be making cabbie co. I don't know if that's the way you pronounce it, but it's a French goat's cheese. There's two schools of thought. I've seen a recipe in where is it? This book, Mary Carlin's Artisan Cheese Making at Home, which some of the, I don't know where she's getting her information from, but some of the recipes are okay, some are pretty ordinary. Nothing against Mary personally, never met her, but yeah, I don't know whether some of these are valid, because the cabbie co, in this book has it marinated in olive oil, and then I go and look on Wikipedia and it says it's a mold ripened cheese, only fresh, did like 10 days or something. So yeah, I know what to believe. Probably Wikipedia's probably got a better source of information than that cheese making book. So I don't know if I can call it cabbie co for realsies, but yeah, we're going to make the cheese anyway. It looks pretty good. It looks very similar to marinated feta or Persian feta, but it's made with the goat's milk. I am going to make a little bloomy rind. I'm going to add some Geo to the recipe, so it kind of looks like the authentic French version. And yeah, I'll marinate it from there and see what happens. So I've got all the gear, so we're going to be making that during next week. So that'll be good fun. It's a lactic set cheese. And another video I'm going to bring to you very soon is home cheese making setups. So, your kitchen setup and how you press cheese and how you heat the milk and how you've got your preparation for cheese making. So that's always been interesting to me. So I have gone back through all of the gallery photos that have ever been sent to me, and I have a massive list of photographs and words of wisdom from people who have sent it in. So that's going to be great fun as well. So if you do have any, it would be fantastic to shoot them through, and I'll show you how to do that after today's gallery session. Darren Aldridge, mate, blast from the past, haven't seen you for ages, welcome back. Now YouTube have a new feature, it's called converting this live stream into a members only stream. I don't think I'll do that today, but I'm thinking about playing with that in the future. And what happens is people who are watching the stream and aren't members, they don't get the stream anymore. But all the members who have already signed, you can see all their names in green in the chat. They get the string keeps going for them, if that makes sense. A new feature, it's only come out this week, so I don't know if I'll try it this week. I don't think so, but definitely in the future. What else we got? Let's say g'day to a few people. Patricia's got let's have a look. Patricia agrees with me there. Says, I agree that some of Mary Carlin's recipes are head scratchers. Yeah. I don't think I've made any MK cheeses without augmentation from other sources. Boys, Jim Wallace, Gavin Weber, etc. Yeah, look, I totally agree with you there, Patricia. I have read through some of the recipes and I went, what was she smoking at the time of writing these? But yeah, if I'm going to make anything based on that, I'll do further research online and see what the traditional cheese actually looks like. And yeah, she's got a notation there in the thing. It says Cabby Co means little goat. Well, it doesn't. It's either petite chèvre or chèvre bébé, which means baby goat. So I don't know where this translation for Cabby Co comes from for her. But yeah, the recipe's based on a US dairy, so I don't know how they can call it that. Anyway, I totally agree with you there. It's weird as far as I'm concerned. Let's say g'day to a few people. Oh, I'm a dag today. Sorry. The chairman, welcome back. Nicola, who's on holidays in the UK, normally from, I think, New South Wales. I could be wrong. I'm sorry if I got that wrong. But Nicola's watching from the UK, visiting her son. Lovely to see you. Alan, hello, Alan. Lovely to see you, mate. And Jill over in New Zealand, who are also on this daylight savings trip we're on at the moment. Molly from PA. What's PA? Philadelphia? I don't know. What's PA is a state name in the US. We don't learn those here in school here. We have our own WA, SA, NSW, QLD, Vic, Pennsylvania. I was close. Was I close? Anyway, thank you, Holly, PA, and Molly. Holly and Molly, thank you very much. Patricia, of course, and HM in Germany. Lovely to see you. Who else we got there? Kylie. Hello, Kylie. Lovely to see you. Long time no see. Holly, obviously. We mentioned Holly. Darren is watching, but he retracted his message. Who else we got there? Cool Cat over in the UK. Welcome to the show. So if you've got any questions, don't hesitate to ask in the chat right now, or we're going to run out of conversations very quickly. I can give you an update on what's not going on with the health. If you're interested, if you're not, then turn the volume down and go watch something else for a second. Back's getting better. That's a good sign. What else? I visited my specialist yesterday, Friday. He told me that the polyps that he removed from my procedure are benign and not cancerous, not malignant. So that was a relief for sure. So that's a good thing. He still can't find any reason why my iron levels are low. And because I'm now on iron supplements, guess what happened? I got gout last week in my right foot, which is known to increase uric acid levels in the body. It doesn't rain, it pours. Yeah, crazy. So I couldn't hardly walk at all last week. It was a pain in the bum, honestly. Pain in the foot. How's that sound? So I got onto some special anti-inflammatories for that, and that went away within 7 days. I was hobbling around like an old cripple, so unfortunately. But yeah, I'm okay now. Did some gardening yesterday. Planted my tomatoes. Planted some cucumbers. What else did I do? I planted some marigolds to keep the pests away. So yeah, I had a good day yesterday. So one of the best days I've had for a long, long time. So that's what's going on health-wise. So yeah, I agree. 2 steps forward, 1 hobbly step back. Yeah, at least I'm going forward. We're going forward today, which is great. And hopefully the streams will keep flowing. So thank you so much for joining me again today. What do we got there? Molly's talking about Pennsylvania. All right, the PA. And Pennsylvanians are the weird people who refer to their state by abbreviation, not full state name. Okay, so they just say PA all the time. Everybody's saying PA. All right, lovely. One thing that I have noticed is that when you ask somebody where they're from, just about everybody else in the world tells them the country they're in. People from the US tell them the state they're from. Does that make sense? Yeah. So, yeah, it's weird to me. Every state's like their own little country, I suppose. Right. So, other cheese-related news. Here in Australia, we've actually had a spate of companies, artisan cheese-making companies, shutting down. So, one that comes to mind, Holy Goat, they shut down recently, or they were a goat's cheese manufacturer in Adelaide Hills, and they closed down due to, I think it was financial reasons. COVID really killed, the COVID lockdowns and the like killed a lot of industries like that, because once COVID was over, well, it's not over, it's still out there, of course. Once the lockdowns and all that sort of stuff was over, they never recovered. So unfortunately, Holy Goat closed down. I think there was a couple of artisan cheesemakers in New South Wales. They've also closed down. So more. So that gives me more ammunition to say that you should be making cheese at home, making your own cheeses that they're very hard to get hold of these days. So if you're a little bit worried like I am, because they're not. You don't see a lot of new cheese-making producers up and coming, that's for sure. But it's a little bit worrying that some of these artisan cheese makers, and I bought cheese from all of the places that I've seen close down lately. So it's disheartening, unfortunately. But go and buy local cheeses. It's always good for a laugh. Don't buy those big factory ones, or make your own. Okay, so we've got a question from Light Lad. Thank you, Light Lad. Your question is, if I cannot acquire a particular culture, can I use my preferred cheese shredded and added to the milk? No, you can't, unfortunately, because what happens when cheese ages is that the starter cultures die off and break down into enzymes, which then help develop the flavour in the cheese. Starter cultures rarely last past salting the cheese, so you cannot shave or shred off little bits of cheese and put it into your milk. The starter cultures just aren't there anymore. There are some alternatives if you cannot acquire a particular starter culture for mesophilic, and this is very generic. For mesophilic cheeses, you can buy cultured buttermilk from the supermarket. And you can add that to milk to give you an aromatic mesophilic culture, a bit like Floridanica. So you can do that. What else? If you're going to make a cheese that calls for a thermophilic starter culture, what you can do is use live yogurt cultures. So live yogurt that's set in a pot. And there will be live cultures in that, and you can add that to cheeses. In fact, if you have a look at a cheese I made quite a while ago called Cacio Ricotta, I used yogurt in that cheese as the starter culture, and it turned out fabulous. It was a beautiful fresh cheese. So like lad, that's about it. You should go and buy some starter cultures from a reliable source of cheese making supplies like Little Green Workshops that I run, so you could do that. Jill says, same in New Zealand, we've lost a couple in the last couple of months. I think it's a bit of a trend, unfortunately. So make cheese yourself, it's always good. I was very happy to get into the kitchen last week, 2 weeks ago, when I made the colic cheese, not Colwick, colic. It was a beautiful fresh cheese. I put up a community post thread when Kim and I finished the last of it. It lasted about 2 weeks, but it probably could have lasted a little bit longer, maybe 3. There was no mould on it or anything like that. I stored it in airtight, sanitised containers in the normal kitchen fridge, and didn't have any problems with that. So it was a great cheese for storing, fresh cheese for storing for a little while. Just make sure that where you store it is sanitary and has been sanitised. I used Star Sand to sanitise the plastic containers before I put the cheese in them. And so the flavour was beautiful. It was a little bit tangy, just a little, for a cow's milk cheese, very unusual. But yeah, I just love bringing back these extinct, never made again cheeses. Seem to be a lot of them out of the UK. I think it was happened due to during World War II, when they standardised cheese making for all the artisan cheesemakers. Basically, were told by the government or the Ministry of Food, to make one type of cheese, so they could then give it to the troops. So it's very important to keep these sorts of things alive. I agree with you there, Kylie. A few cheeses that I bought back from the dead, St. Ivel, their cheese, that lactic set cheese was beautiful, the one served on the Titanic. You would have seen me dressed in my old Navy uniform, doing a bit of a show and putting on a little bit of a history lesson as well, about Kim's relatives that were on her great-great-grandfather, great-great-grandfather, who was on the Titanic as a stoker, down in the coal, shoveling coal into the boilers. And there's a bit of a history lesson there from some of the research that we've done about him. So that was in the Titanic episode, as well as the St. Ivel cheese, which I've had from many reports. Many people have said that they love the little cheese. But yeah, these little fresh cheeses in the UK that obviously didn't make it very far from where they were made, due to transportation and lack of refrigeration back in the old days. The colic cheese recipe was, the earliest mention of it was in the 1700s. So it's like 300 years old. So crazy. And these cheeses have just gone extinct. I don't know if there's a revival over in the UK of these sorts of cheeses, but it's great to bring them back from the dead. What else have I got here on my notes? I'm going to give away a gift right now. Can I do it from here? I'm just trying to figure out how to do it. It's been a while. Right. I'm going to shoot out some memberships. Free memberships for you. Here we go. Hopefully this is working. There we go. Excellent. So I've just sent out. People are snapping. It happens. I think it happens automatically. I'm not sure. So congratulations to the voice of reason, Ruth. Do I remember rightly? Is it Ruth? 69 Nashi pair. I put the pair bit in there. Congratulations to your membership. Kerry Harburn, congratulations. Spooky Mookie, congratulations. And La Machina, welcome to the memberships. So you've all got a membership for a month, free membership, and you'll get early access to member-only posts, member-only. You get early access to videos that I produce, cheese making tutorials or what have you, and obviously you get your name in lights. You get your own little icon now in get your own little icon in the chat, and your name's in green, and you can see member only live streams and all that sort of stuff. So there you go. Paulina, welcome to the show. I've actually got some of your photos for the gallery, so thank you so much for that. Wendy has a question, says, "Hi Gavin, just made a cheddar blue, but it took ages for the rennet to set. What could cause this? Old rennet, which it is. Okay. Exclamation mark, maybe. Wendy, thank you for your question. What can happen? There's a few things. Milk is usually the number one culprit. Unless you're using raw milk, which should set the curd, no problems at all, regardless of how old your rennet is, really. You get a sniffer rennet and raw milk sets, that's for sure. If you're using any sort of pasteurised milk, sometimes some producers do heat treat their milk to what's known as ultra pasteurised, which takes so long to set a curd. Sometimes never at all. It's very akin to UHT milk, ultra high temperature milk, which you'll never get a curd set because the proteins have been so denatured. It never sets up a casein matrix when you add the rennet. So that could be one cause. Could be the milk. It could be a mixture of ultra pasteurised and pasteurised milk. That I've also seen that as well. So check your dairy producer. Rennet strength is also another one where people trip up. So I use in all my recipes the strength of rennet I use is IMCU 200. So rennets have different strengths. I've seen rennet as low as 104. No, actually, I've got rennet tablets that are only 60 IMCU. So you actually need one tablet per 4 litres of milk. Another thing is the rennet. Yeah, so the rennet could be under strength. I use IMCU 200. Check the strength of your rennet and adjust accordingly. Wendy also goes on to say, I use 2 different shop-bought milks. Okay, so one of them could have been ultra-pasteurised and one of them could be normal pasteurised. So that could be the issue as well. So that's all I can really think of. Did you add calcium chloride when you use the milk is another issue. Because during pasteurisation, some of the soluble calcium is destroyed. So what happens if you don't add calcium chloride? That becomes an issue because it takes about 30 minutes for the calcium in the calcium chloride to bond with the casein proteins so that when you do add the rennet, it sets a curd firmly. So don't forget to add the calcium chloride with store-bought pasteurised milk, and that helps with curd set. And when he goes on to say that the rennet I use has been working for everything before, so I think the milk may be the problem. When he says calcium chloride, yes, just before renneting. There's a new school of thought on that, Wendy, and it's only come out in the last year or so that you should add the calcium chloride at least 30 minutes before the rennet. So, and that, unfortunately, that's embedded into a lot of my recipes and stuff. But if you're having trouble with curd set with pasteurised store-bought milk, add the calcium chloride. I add it now when I'm heating the milk. So heating the milk to the target temperature, throw in the calcium chloride then. So I've adjusted all the recipes I've produced since then. I probably could do a rewrite on all the other ones in my book, all like 80 recipes or something like that. Sounds like a daunting task. I'll have to get somebody to do it. But yeah, add rennet 30 minutes before. Add your calcium chloride solution when you're warming up the milk at least 30 minutes before you add the rennet. Unless in the recipe it's bang bang. Yeah. All right. Well, enough of that. We'll move on. Thank you for your question, Wendy. One of the few that we've received today. So, what time is it? All right. So, it's time for the gallery. well, 4 minutes away. So let's start that, shall we? Okay. All right, so yeah, okay, no probs. Thanks, Wendy. Now, Patricia said some handy advice. Says, I started adding calcium chloride really early in the cheese make, and it has really changed the set of the curd for me for the better. Indeed. Soon as I've started, so I changed my method as well. I found exactly the same thing. I've never had a sloppy curd set. Although I do use pasteurised, unhomogenised milk that's fairly fresh. And certainly I know that it's not ultra heat treated because I rang the dairy and asked them. So, when in doubt, ask. Alrighty. The gallery today is brought to you by you, the Curd Nerds. So let me just bring that up. There we go. There's a little head of Gav. There, I'll make him a little bit bigger. There we go. Where are my notes? Where is everybody's notes? Okay, so the first gallery photos today are from Abby Smith. And Abby says, hey Gavin, first, thanks for all of the help through the years. I've been making cheese for about a decade and I consult with you often. I think you watch my videos often, not consult with me personally. This is a goat's cheese that I did based on the Wahlbash Cannonball. You know, I'd actually never heard of that. But it looks pretty good. It's got geo and activated charcoal and takes about 10 days to ripen. Interesting looking cheese. Can we get in a little bit closer? Yeah, nice. So you can see that I don't know what type of cheese it is. I'll have to look at what a Wahlbash Cannonball is. But yeah, very interesting looking cheese. It's like a Belper cannoli that doesn't have the pepper on it, but has little molds, and I love it. I'm going to write it down. That's fantastic. Wahlbash Cannonball. If anybody else has heard of it, just let me know in the chat. If you know the origins of this cheese, that'll be cool. The next photo is also from Abby, and this is what is this? This is a little citric acid mozzarella, so quick mozzarella, and it's stuffed with pepperonis and olives. That looks bloody delicious, and it's sliced sideways, so you kind of got, it looks so nice. I haven't had breakfast yet, so I'm so hungry. And you got some nice, looks like a sourdough bread there with some seeds on, sesame seeds and stuff on top. That looks delightful. How nice is that, Curd Nerds? Bloody lovely. Okay. Alright, stop the alarm. That's the reminder for the gallery. The next one is also from Abby. This is a delightful looking cheese. What's this? This is a Bloomy cow's milk raw. So she hasn't given it a name or anything, but it's a bloomy cheese, probably similar in style to a camembert-ish. Looks a bit smaller than a camembert. So she's got, looks like some quince paste or something she's got going there. And that looks oh so gooey. Raw milk cheeses like that are absolutely fantastic. So that's gorgeous. Thank you, Abby, for sharing that. And, these, something I've been trying to make for ages, but they take so long, is a classic Valençay. These are using little pyramid molds. She's got a mostly mold coverage on it. I like the use of the baking paper because, I tell you what, because you can't turn these cheeses, and this is where I came unstuck when I first made them. It's about 3 months ago. I've got the footage, but the cheeses just didn't turn out because I didn't drain them properly. Anyway, that long story short, these look lovely. And they got a bit of geo wrinkliness. See down here as well. So the geo's definitely kicked in. These little puffs of mould here are the Penicillium roqueforti, which hasn't completely covered the cheeses. This one may be a little bit more. But they're a goat's cheese. Yeah, absolutely fantastic. I've got to give it another try so I can produce a really lovely video. So, so nice. So great looking cheeses. I think that's it from Abby. Let me just have a quick look. Yeah, it is. So thank you, Abby, for sending through your amazing cheeses. The next one we've got is from... This is from Carolyn Millard, who just signed up for members, I noticed as well. So thank you so much. So, all right, well, I better put the photos up. What a tag. All right. Carolyn says, "Hi, Gavin. Sorry to hear you're still struggling with your back. It's actually getting better. I hope you can get it sorted soon." Yeah. I don't want to have surgery, so it's healing naturally. Just getting back into cheese after a hiatus with family, but loving your content and have been going through old posts to catch up. I've set myself a target of 1 cheese per week. That's a big target there, I know from experience. I was doing that at one stage, and yeah, you get burnt out, honestly, because you're changing the recipe every week. Yeah. It does burn you out, but maybe every 2 weeks, because your cheese fridge will get full so fast. Anyway, enough of that. Okay, so here's the cheeses. Here are some photos of 2 recent cheeses, Camembert and Cotswold with herbs. Okay, so this is obviously the Camembert. Yep, there they are. They've got a layer of fuzz on them, which is lovely. These need to be wrapped. She goes on to say, so I wonder if you clarify when we can eat the Camembert. This is at 4 weeks, or when the centre is softish. Okay, so 4 weeks, yes, it should be ready to eat at 4 weeks. I don't know how big this container is, but those Camemberts look really large. More like a petite brie, if that makes sense. Camemberts are only 10 centimetres across, which is 4 inches across, the diameter across that way. Hopefully you can see that, yeah. So, yeah, so from there to there, 4 inches or 10 centimetres, okay? Any bigger and they take longer to age. It's just the way it is. And looking at the baskets, they're larger. Yeah, looking at your sink, they're massive. So they're more petite brie. All right, so having discovered that fact, they are going to take longer. So I would now wrap them in micro perforated wrap. Seeing they're quite large. And they are going to take at least 6-ish weeks to soften in the center. So wrap them now, put them into the kitchen fridge, and they'll be absolutely perfect to go. So that's what you need. I did send an email to Carolyn saying 4 weeks is probably okay, and the cheese will run away from you if you don't wrap it, because the surface mold just keeps growing and growing. But now, having looked at those and looked at in context to the size of the molds, the larger the cheese, the blooming cheese, the slower it takes to mature, because it works from the outside in to soften the paste. You know, if you've ever cut into a Camembert or any blooming mold cheese, and you see that the outsides are gooey but the inside is like a chalky paste, that means that's how you know that the outside it's ripening outside in, if that makes sense. Yeah, should do. All right, so Carolyn's also got a suggestion. I thought on a t-shirt for merch, "Just Cultured" is a great slogan. Yeah, it is. I'll have to have a look at think of some sort of design there. That's a great suggestion. Just cultured. Or maybe barely cultured or something like that. Yeah, I'll have to think a twist on the theme. All right, but let's have a look at Carolyn's Cotswold cheese. Very nice indeed. That's a nice big one too. That'll mature well. Don't forget that this may be prone to growing mold on the outside, so make sure you either wax or vacuum pack it once it's air dry. And you won't have any problems with the cheese at all. But good looking cheese, Carolyn, both of them. So congratulations on your cheeses. I think that's it from Carolyn. Yeah, it is. The next one is from David, long-time supporter of the channel. David is the guy that sent me the Wallace and Gromit photo that I've proudly got on my wall. You can't see it, but I'm looking at it. It looks lovely. It's got his Wensleydale from my recipe sitting on Wallace's knee. It's very cool. I don't know if I can't find the photo quickly. Anyway, moving right along. So this is a cheese board. So David says, hope all is well with you and yours. Yep, as well as can be expected. Please find attached a few pictures of my cheese. The first is a board of 7 cheeses from a cheese and wine evening I hosted for friends. Hopefully the names and the pictures are legible. I'm particularly pleased with the Wild Garlic Derby, top left, which won the cheese category in our local village horticultural show. Congratulations, David. Kudos to you, mate. Right, so these are all cheeses that David has made. So let's have a look. We've got Wild Garlic Derby. That's a prize winner. He should put his little sash, his ribbon there with it. Gouda with truffles. We've got cheddar with stout. We've got a smoked Guidos. We've got a Leyden or Kamainas. We've got a Guidos with pesto. Very nice indeed. And we've got a red Leicester. So great. A great variety of cheeses, mate. Honestly. Very, very good. David goes on to say the second picture, he's got another picture. There it is there. Second picture is a kefili with smoked paprika rub made in a press with a weaved pattern. Looks like he used a manchego mould there, and that absolutely looks amazing as well. So congratulations on that. Yeah, you'll need to rub that a few times. I noticed that if the oil stays kind of runny like that, what I was doing was just sprinkling smoked paprika over the top, and it absorbs a little bit more of the oil, makes it less mucking around when you're turning it and stuff like that. But it turned out to be just a fabulous cheese. It was really flavoursome. You know, the kefili was all still there, but you get this extra little tangy bit of smoky paprika. It was really nice. Anyway, next one is Morbier. So he's made a Morbier. Very nice indeed. Got a little ash line down the centre. So, yeah, it's really cool. Well done, David. He says, the last 2 cheeses should be ready for my Christmas cheese board, along with a few others ripening in the cheese cave. Best as ever, David. Thank you, David. You're a gentleman. And thanks for sending those through. They look amazing. Yeah, it makes me envious that I'm not able to make as many cheeses as I used to be able to. Anyway, let's move right along. Enough of that. This one is from Paulina, who's in the chat. And she says, hello, I've seen the post you posted about asking for photos of progress in cheese making. I'd love to share mine. Indeed. My name is Paulina. I'm rather new to cheese making, and I have found this lovely goats farm. This lovely goats farm that agrees to sell me their fresh milk sometimes, and it's the only milk I managed to make cheese out of. This is my first attempt of making farmhouse cheddar with goat's milk. Followed some of your recipes online and tweaked it a bit to my own style. It's okay, so moving right along. So this is how she sets up some So it's got everything sanitized. The milk's in the pot. Everything's laid out, which is fantastic. Perfect way to do it. Okay, so get a little thermometer in the pot, stainless steel pot there, stirring, cutting the curds. Very nice indeed. Can we get closer? That's a nice curd cut, that is. Let's have a look at the curds. Lovely. Sticking together. Not breaking up into 1,000 trillion pieces, so well done. And they've shrunk a fair bit after stirring. They look fantastic as well. So I can see why you love the milk that you're using. So, and yeah, nice. That's good. Okay, so we're draining the curds now into looks like some sort of draining bag, but that works too. And then hanging it over in the sink. That's a novel way to hang it off your tap. I hope the tap's strong enough. But yeah, interesting. Yeah, that's good. I like that. What are these for? Is that in the... Oh, that's in the sink. Right, sorry. Okay, so they're in the mould now with the cheesecloth, and can be pressing it. Oh, what are those things? Dog bones. Oh, they're dumbbells. Oh, I thought they were dog bones. All right, so they're in the mould pressing. Okay, I'm a dag. Those little hooks are for the cleaning sponges. Oh, okay, right, thanks. Thanks, Paulina. Okay, oh, that's a bit wonky. Yeah, so I think you need to get yourself a cheese press because you don't get the wonk going on like that. Nothing wrong with the cheese, of course, but it's a little bit wonky. But cheeses are meant to be like, I don't know what's going. Have you unwonked it? I don't know, how'd you manage that? Or that's a different angle. Okay, cool. The weights fell off at the night. Yes, I've had that happen to me too. Woke up the whole family, nearly cracked all the kitchen tiles. So yeah, you just got to be careful. Get a press. There we go. Is that the finished cheese or close to it? Nearly. Okay, and that. All right, there we go. I don't know what that thing is there. Hygrometer maybe. But nice looking cheese. It is, even with the wonk. It's lovely. So Paulina goes on to say it's butter coated and now aging in my cheese cave. The whole process, if cutting and cooking and curds took about 6 hours, it took 4 days to air dry, and now I'm aging it to 4 to 6 weeks. That sounds perfect. So I think you're on the right. Oh, it's a humidity thingy. Ah, okay. Make sure these things are sanitized when you put them in the ripening box too, by the way. A lot of people overlook that. Anything that you put in the ripening box with the cheese, you've got to sanitize that as well, whether it's a spray with Star San and then cleaned off. But yeah, just absolutely make sure anything you put in the ripening box with the cheese is sanitized. Absolutely. So that's fantastic. Thank you to Abby, Carolyn, David, and Paulina for sending through those photos. They're absolutely fantastic, and I really enjoyed the gallery this week. Okay, so how do you send in photos to the gallery? Well, let me just show you how to do that now. Here we go. So you go to the Cheese channel. Let me just... Oh, my whole computer's died. Don't do that. Right, there we go. No, don't do that. Sorry. You go to the Cheese channel on any browser. I don't think this works on iOS, unfortunately, or Android version of YouTube. So you come over, not the photo, even though it's a good looking photo, where it says, do you want to become a curd nerd? Love eating cheese, can't get enough. That says more. Just click on the more. And you can see that down here it says view email address. Click on that and you'll see my email address where you can send through all of your cheese making photos. Don't forget to add a bit of a narrative. Don't just attach the photos and go, here you go, Gav, here's my photos. I don't know what the cheeses are. So, description of each cheese, what you thought of it, how it tasted, all that sort of stuff in the email. Lovely. And I do check this weekly as well, is the Discord server. I've got a Discord server where you can join the cheese making part of it. It's called Curd Nerd Gaming and Cheese is the Discord server name. Couldn't think of anything. It's for my gaming channel as well. But yeah, I thought I'd throw our cheese making section in there. We got some questions, and I put recipes that I haven't tested yet, and happy for you to go and test them and all that sort of stuff. You can post a lot more stuff on Discord than you can on YouTube. So that's where you send your photos into the gallery. So back to my head. There we go. Question from Clinton Summer. Hello, Clinton Summer. Oops, we're late. Did it start early due to the larger capacity of the cheese gallery? No, it started earlier because of daylight savings time. We've gone ahead an hour last weekend, and that's why it started a little bit earlier. And as Just One has suggested, daylight savings time. Yes, indeed. Okay. So that's why it's always best. I don't know if you can't see it now. Can we see it now on live? No, you can't see it on live. I'm just trying to find an example. Let me just switch accounts. And go to the right channel, Gav. Sorry, just bear with me. I just want to show you something. So whenever you go live, right, so let me just flip back to the second monitor. So this is just an example. So this is my gaming channel. So when I've scheduled a live stream, the best way to catch it is, notice down here, there's a little notify me. It says you will be notified at the scheduled start time. So I've got 2 live streams coming up next week, probably more. But yeah, just click the notify me, and whatever your email address you've got registered in your YouTube's attached with your YouTube account, you'll get notified when the stream starts. Whether that's a pop-up on your computer or a notification on your phone or what have you. So that's a good way to do it. So if anybody's interested, this is my here he is. This is my gaming channel. If you're into that sort of thing, let me just put that in the chat for shits and giggles. There we go. Okay, so if you want to check out some amazing gaming stuff, then, and Gavin being a clown, which I can be on occasions, as you probably know. Clinton Summer said, thank you, Gav, won't make this mistake again. Everybody makes mistakes. We learn from them. That's what it's all about. Okay, so we've got 10 minutes to go. If you've got any questions, don't hesitate to pop them in. Let me just go back through so I haven't missed anything. I don't think I have. Holly said, I know that the Wabash, Wabash Cannonball is a steam train in folklore with a song about it. Must share its name with a regional cheese variety. Thanks, Holly, for the further information. La Machina says, hi together. Thanks for the membership. No problems at all. Happy to throw them into the chat occasionally. Lactobacillus Prime, haven't seen you for yonks. Welcome back. Hope you're having a great weekend. Let me just get rid of this. It's blocking my view. Yeah, so what was it? I was just about to go on a rant. I can't remember what it was. Can't have been very important. So you notice that I've been making fresh cheeses lately. So I did the yogurt recipe a while back, really rich, thick and creamy. Oh, it was delightful. Kim says I've got to make more of that. And I have made another batch since. The doggos love it. My two dogs, Hamish and Bonnie, who do have their own YouTube channel, by the way, hasn't been active for about a year because that's when I hurt my back. Couldn't do any doggo videos anymore. They love yogurt on their breakfast. Every morning they have 1 teaspoon of yogurt with their food for breakfast, and they love it. And it also stops, where we got Westies are white dogs, right? They get this orange fur on their paws. It stops that because that's a bacteria building up, and because they have a balanced stomach like humans when they eat the yogurts, and they get all these little extra bacterias. It stops their paws from going yellow. Patricia says, I've heard of Wabash Cannonball cheese. It's American, I think. It's an award winner and fairly well known in the US. It hasn't made its way to Canada, so I've not tried it. Worth a Google. Yeah, I'll have a look. See if I can adapt something. I've got it written down, so it is an interesting sounding cheese for sure, Patricia. See if I can come up with a recipe. But if you beat me to it, I'd love it if you shared it. Giving full credit, of course, like we did with the Fundy Fog, my friend. So yeah, that'll be great. Yeah. Sorry, I clicked it twice. I got an itchy trigger finger. Oh, it's from all that gaming, all these buttons and bloody keyboards and joysticks and stuff. I got to stop doing that. All right. We've only got a few minutes left. I'll just finish off by saying thank you so much for watching today. And if you joined late, I'm sorry. Daylight savings and all that stuff. But don't forget that we do, we, as in Kim and I, run a little cheese making shop called Little Green Workshops. Where the heck is it? There it is. Little Green Workshops. We sell all over the world except for the US and Puerto Rico, unfortunately, due to their special tariffs and me having to pay up front before I can even figure out how much the tariffs are. They change every week, so it's just crazy. Anyway, so we shop everywhere else. So there's my cheese making shop. I got cheese making kits, so they'll be great for Christmas if you're into that sort of thing, which I am. There's some cheese making courses. I've got a blue cheese making course and a beginner's cheese making course. All the cultures and molds you could ever need, different types of rennet, cheese making equipment, cheese baskets, cheese making ingredients, got some cheese making books, including the 2 that I've written, Keep Calm and Make Cheese, and Keep Calm and Make More Cheese. Printable recipes that aren't in the book. I got some yogurt making stuff and just a little smattering of preserving and fermenting stuff. So that's all the stuff. Check out the cheese making supplies and stuff over at Little Green Workshops. Where's the Gav? I've lost my face. There we go. Go and check that out. Where is it? There it is. littlegreenworkshops.com.au. Holly, look, I was disappointed too. Australia Post actually stopped shipping at one stage to the US, so we couldn't ship whether we wanted to or not. That was unfortunate, and now they brought it back. The process to ship to the US is so convoluted. I did a return on investment calculation that it actually cost me more, and the prices would be so high that I don't think anybody would ever buy anything. So I gave it away as a bad joke and took the US and Puerto Rico off of my out of the checkout, so nobody can buy from there, unfortunately. I would love to ship to the US, but get rid of these stupid frickin' tariffs and we'll be laughing. Rare question from Zahid says, do you like cheese? Nah, of course not. Yes, I like cheese. I like all the cheeses. All the cheeses are amazing. Thank you for that amazing question. All right, moving right along. And as you can see, merch. Don't forget the merch. If you want to pick up some amazing merch like this, Talk Curdy to me cow. She's a good-looking cow. And look, I've even got a matching mug today. Here we go. There's the Talk Curdy to me mug. Check that out. Sorry. Over at merch.cheeseman.tv. Anyway, that's enough of me waffling. Thank you, Patricia. Thanksgiving in Canada. So you're off to prepare a big old turkey dinner, stuffing, cranberry, garden veggies. Happy Thanksgiving and stay fresh. Cheese bags indeed. Thank you, everybody, for joining today. It's been a pleasure hosting all of you. And thanks for joining me in the chat. And thanks for all the photos. Amazing photos. All right, until next time, Curd Nerds, stay fresh, all that sort of stuff. Have a fantastic cheesy week, and I'll see you next weekend. All right, see you later. Bye.